it's like different. You guys are traveling.
Normally, like, it's like start up and shut down. You start up. After that, it's pretty. Yeah.
Oh, I was saying.
I know the video stuff because it goes to this case. So it's up on Twitter now. I'm not sure if you can get I'll ask no. Just try to go.
Where are you staying?
Yeah. A lot of it's always post on. Like, yeah. That was for the audio because that's necessary. Oh my God. I'm trying to figure out. This doesn't go local, but I think it talks to you down.
Okay.
These are fine. Fastest but we used to touch a lot, but my internet got so unstable.
We normally rolled everything for StreamYard, which is what I use all the time.
I heard StreamYard like not
StreamYard's great. They just recently released the price. So it's powerful.
Like, so apparently.
Guys, you can start when you want.
So I think
Oh, okay. So I'll probably let him sit in the corner then. Right? Oh.
Yep, okay. So some of the panelists are on CPT time, so I guess to be expected. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started anyway. My name is Angela. I'm the Supreme Attorney online, and I'm an attorney, obviously, that's in the name.
Angela.
Yeah, hey, you came. To my right, I have Jay from Stick and Wrap. He owns the sign shop. To my left, I have Micah, the Blerd over. Yeah, he's a police officer. And then at the end here, Eunice Ibama?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, go ahead and tell them your profession.
I run Black Girls Anime on Instagram, so that's what I do.
And then the other two, one is a videographer for a news station, and another one is the HR director. So once they get here, they can do their own introduction because they're late. Okay, so all of us are professionals. As you can see, we're all some type of nerds. So I know my nerdum is more K-pop and anime. And I'll let you speak. What's your favorite? What's your nerdum?
My nerdum was going to be dressed up in costume. If y'all seen the Momo videos, MomoCon. Everybody been to MomoCon? Raise your hand. Have y'all seen like the guy standing in the window, the White Ranger, or that's me? Yeah, that's so yeah, that's what I love about being a Blerd and being professional. So yeah, I'm Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball Z, Tokyo Revengers. That's me.
I tried to do Tokyo Revengers.
We won't start.
Okay. Go ahead. What's your nerdum?
My name is more like anime. I don't think I heard. I was just gonna project my voice. Can y'all hear me though? Okay. So my nerdum is really just anime and manga and fashion. I'm really into anime. Like I'm really into collecting manga. I have over 2,000 mangas, and I'm really deep in this. If you ever go online and you ever see like Black girls anime, usually I'm talking about like the news and like what's going. Like I'm usually informing people like, hey, this is what's going on in the anime world. It's like people don't be telling people. So I'm really into anime. You can't ask me what my favorite anime is because I have a million. But I think Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon and Naruto, Boys Over Flowers. I like toxic messiness.
So Inuyasha.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sick boy.
My first boyfriend. And Lord Shishori. That's why it's toxic.
Exactly.
I want them both.
Skippy is, we used to never have Skippy conversation. We're talking Skippy.
Well, I envy you. Well, I envy you, actually.
Oh, wow.
And then Jay, what's your nerdum?
So I'm into cars and anime. So we also do a lot of these Itasha installs. So if you guys are here in Atlanta or out of state, you guys can always come visit us, and we can also do that for you guys and make that happen.
What's your favorite anime? And your favorite car?
My favorite car?
Yeah.
Well, my favorite car is my car. So I have a 2006.
He has a
that
Scion
makes sense.
XB.
Yeah, a little box,
That's
little
nice.
toaster.
That's your
And,
dream car? That's your
yeah.
dream. No.
You know my dream car. I also have a Demon Slayer in there. So on both sides, we have two different designs. And I just wanted to show people that we can do different things instead of just having same characters on both sides, just kind of switch it up a little bit.
Do you do motorcycles?
Yes, we do that too. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll start with you.
Who, me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Or for me.
Okay.
Sorry. So what drew you to your profession?
What drew me to my profession? Like, you know, I am a police officer, and in the time where we in now, people don't really care too much about police officers, and I believe me, being in the field, I completely understand. But growing up at a young age, I had my mother who was on Birmingham Police, my uncle who was Birmingham Police, my auntie, she was Jefferson County, my dad, he was a judge and a magistrate. So at an early age, I had a choice to be a lawyer, and I had a choice to be a police officer. I am not gonna clown you, but I can do too much school. I'm sorry. Yeah, you got it.
It's only 3 additional years, like after a bachelor's.
That's enough for me. But but I chose to be a police officer because I'm a people person. I love to meet people, love to help the community in the way I can. And I figured for me that would be the best way to do it because, you know, just seeing my mom in her badge and her patrol car, meeting people that she worked with, that are still there today. And I was like maybe 2 years old when I went and met everybody. And when I'm 36 by the way. So when I came to Birmingham, they were still there. I was like, oh, y'all still here. Y'all didn't retire. Okay. But being that, and then of course also I want to be an inspiration and just to change the outlook of law enforcement. Even though I'm one person, I'm making that change. And by me being what I'm doing, dressing up in cosplay, doing events, because I do have a nonprofit, which is called Blerd Incorporated, 501c3. So we do events in the city of Birmingham, and my job picked up and saw what I was doing. So they kind of incorporated my nonprofit with them. And in that, I have got a award by the city of Birmingham for what I'm doing with my Blerd. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Are you guys gonna get a police vehicle wrapped in Natasha?
No. We like you, Mike, but we ain't taking it that far.
Oh, so if you have a Natasha, that's too far?
Yeah.
He's talking about me because I have a car that's a Natasha wrap, and I drive it everywhere. And officers get pissed when they lose their cases, and I drive off in my little car. And they're just like, I lost a good cert, you did. Good thing I'm not in Birmingham.
Yeah. I'm sure that's her though. She all right.
Oh, wait, speak up, sorry.
Oh, what drew you to your profession?
Oh, I love anime, and I love it so much that I wanted to show that Black people and actually Black women watch it. I've been watching anime since I was 5 years old. I'm about to be 30 next month, which is crazy, right? I know I'm kind of wearing it, but
Black don't crack.
but no, seriously, like I started it, like I was telling other people, like I started my profession through my music profession, and I never thought it would take it as far as it is right now. So it's been crazy. It's been fun. I love sharing my manga collection because I just like bragging that I am a superior manga collector. And I'm a real manga collector. Like I read all my stuff. I actually have read every manga I own. I know. That's crazy work. That's actually mental illness right there, right now. I know what's wrong with me. But that's a little crazy. But I love anime. Like I said, I love anime, I love manga, and it was two of my favorite things I was able to turn into like what I'm doing right now. So yeah, pretty cool.
So were you doing anything else before to pay your bills, or that was the first thing you did?
Oh no. Life's not that sweet. No. I wish. No, so actually I was a restaurant coordinator. So you know those people like when you go to a restaurant, like the restaurant's like crazy bad and you know like really bad service. I would be the person that would come in and like change the culture of the restaurant. So I would like I used to work for a company that would fly me all over America and I would retrain the staff or fire, but I don't like fire people. I believe in second chances. So I would go around and I still do that, but I still do that. This is not only paying bills, but I still do that. I'm very open and honest. I love serving. It's so fun because I get to talk all day long and I get to make money talking while feeding into the anime session that's very expensive. Mangas are now $30, guys.
At least you don't like K-pop, because that is draining.
You know, thank God for that. I cannot afford to add a session, I'm sorry.
And then the concerts back to back.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Right, I did ATs, right, Stray Kids, got to do Kai.
I did twice.
Okay.
And I did not know K-pop was that expensive.
See?
I was deeply shocked when I saw the bill. I think I faced it. I think I was at the concert. And
Yeah.
I was like, let me actually see what my friend charged my phone. And that was one and done. I'm never doing another K-pop concert. I'm sorry.
Never? Oh, I'll get you. It's okay. But maybe this weekend. No, it's okay. I'll get you. It's okay. So for the person who came late, because he was on CPT time,
Now that you're calling out.
ended. So you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. Well, all right. Hi, everybody. My name is Mark. Sorry for being late. I was in the middle of interviewing Peter Macon. He is the actor that plays Boris on the Orville, so I apologize for being late.
Nobody asked you why you're tardy. Right? And clock. But go ahead.
She a lawyer.
And will and succeed. That's how I got my attention.
But yes, again, sorry for being late. I run a little YouTube channel called Blerdography, where I talk about a lot of Black nerd issues and interview a lot of Black nerds and comic book creators and vlog photo shoots. I do a lot. And I will have interviews from this very con on there shortly at some point.
And what's your day job?
My day job, my night job is I am a supervisor, baby supervisor at Gray Media. It is a central hub company. They have it's TV. I work in TV. That's the short form of saying it. And I'm a supervisor, so I don't really care for it.
And what's your nerdum?
Power Rangers, photography, anything with a camera, anything where you go henshin. I like all that stuff.
And what made you want to become, I guess, a videographer?
Pressure from other friends who did the thing that I'm doing, and a lot of people tell me I'm missing out on a lot of opportunities and money, which was true, and just the avenues that were created for me since I picked up a camera and learned how to take a couple of pictures and how to get a shot in focus. So
if you were able to quit your day job and just do your passion, what would that look like? I guess start.
You have other people on you could just do.
No,
It's
because
okay.
you're oral farming, so I'll just go this way. And then he was late, so we're not gonna go that way. And then somebody else is coming, so that's why.
Oh, wow.
Right.
But it said if I didn't have my day job and getting my profession, how would it look? I
Right.
think it would look very promising because, like I said, we always doing something in the community 24/7. We adopted a homeless shelter for women and children, and we are still focused with them. Going to read to the kids that are there, supplying them back to school drive. Giving them things like that, and just want to go more because in my city, there's not what's going on here in Atlanta. It's trying to come, but it's not there yet. But they're seeing somebody like me who's a police officer, who's a Black man, and who's a blerd. That's kind of different because, we grew up in a society where, violence runs everything. If you're not a YN, if you're not doing something. But if you're not doing anything if you're not doing something that's negative in the city, you're not going to be popular. But what I'm doing, is kind of popular because they have never seen anything like this. You know, I go around my city in my White Ranger outfit, and I go to certain locations in my city dressed up as the White Ranger. That's showing like Birmingham is a beautiful side that is always not negative. And that's what I'm trying to push the memo and have more kids, the more adults to come out and be themselves. Because when we become an adult, we kind of lose our childhood side, and that's when we have all these problems, our depression, our mental will be messed up because we lost our kid side and we forgot how we was that kid and we needed something like this as a kid, but we didn't have it. So I think Blerd Over would have been like, it's still growing, but if I had to focus more time on Blerd Over, it would be somewhere that it would be well known in the city of Birmingham, more advanced, and it's to be that black nerd space for people in Birmingham.
Okay. So if your job was ever to say, you know what, just focus on your thing wholly, and we're just gonna pay you just to do your thing, that would be a dreamer.
Oh, that would be a dream. Believe me, I don't want to wake up in the morning and say, Lord, please, I'm gonna get shot out today. I really don't want to. But that's that fear of putting on my bulletproof vest, my badge, putting on my gun bag, because you never know. My job, things is different. It's 24/7. So you never know. But if it comes to that point, I thank God for giving me that opportunity, because my job is actually helping me fund my nonprofit and doing things in the city of Birmingham. But if you come to that point and say, hey, stop being a police officer, focus on Blerd Over, I'll take that. That'll be a blessing.
That's nice. You might start a new position for yourself. You never know.
Hopefully.
And then inspire some other kids to like follow your path,
Yes.
It's like a dare dog. You can be like the dare dog with a Power Ranger. Y'all know Dare?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I was like dare. Oh, the one who was like, don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it could be like a Power Ranger version. You can see your own like version of that.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs.
Just go to schools and just do that.
And then in 20 years, you'll be like, oh, I disappointed you. I'm sorry.
What's your name?
Oh, Natasha, or what Melvin breaks in.
Natasha. Okay. If that happens, I'm gonna think Natasha gave me this idea.
If I could do this full time, I'm very much a community person. I love throwing parties for the girlies. That would be my dream job, to just throw parties for people that look like us, women presenting, women like femmes, like all those kind of things. I would love to throw more parties. I love my black men. I don't think I don't like y'all, but I really love women and I love supporting women. And if I had my dream job with this, it would just be showcasing my girls, like whatever they're having their mangas. Like a lot of my friends actually write webtoons and mangas, and I try to promote those. A lot of my friends, I'm a huge smut lover. And a lot of my friends like smut.
Who doesn't like smut?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Right.
Wow.
So that was my dream job. I would just be more of like creating like events to celebrate Black women and Black people in general, just in nerdom, because unfortunately, people don't really, when they look at us, they don't think Comic-Con, they don't think anime, they don't think manga, they don't think gaming or Power Rangers. But they don't think that, so I really would show that we are not a monolith. We are so many amazing, creative, beautiful people, and we should be seen in that way. I'm tired of us being seen as YNs. I'm tired of seeing that. Like, don't get me wrong, I get down with that stuff too, but I also want to show that we're nerdy and we're cool, and being nerdy is cool. And I just want to preface Black people being nerdy and there's some to be cool. So you told me that's okay. So yeah, that's my dream job.
Okay. And are you able to incorporate your love for anime and manga in your day job or not really?
Well,
Or does it make it weird?
no, it doesn't, because I talk so much about anime at my job to the point where people come into the restaurant and be like, where's that girl that loves anime? I want to be her. And then I've had people come to me and be like, oh, I watched what you said and I loved it. And then last year for my birthday, one of my regulars brought me like $100 Barnes & Noble's card, and it was like, just for your collection. I know you like to read. And then I went and bought like several mangas myself. You can't buy 10 mangas anymore.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Because you only buy 7 with $100 gift card. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm able to still like have a little bit of that anime love in my real life job.
Okay. And I know you said you like cars and anime.
Yes.
So how do you incorporate that in your job? Or Does it make it weird when you start talking about anime to people? You're making signs.
In the beginning, yes, because a lot of people are still not familiar with it. So we have to kind of educate. We kind of have to educate everybody already when they first come in.
CPT, she's next.
But once we start educating everybody, we start getting familiar with it. They get more, understanding of what they're about to get into. And then I start pretty much breaking it down for them to be like, okay, these are the process and the procedures of what we need to do. And then they understand more. In the very beginning, it's very, it's all up in the air. It's really hard to figure out what's what, and just kind of have to guide people the right way. And once they do that, then they start doing it, and then they start adding more things to their cars, bikes, trucks, their friends' cars, their family's cars. We've done trailers that people have been putting. Anything you can put a sticker on, we pretty much put it on.
And how does your family feel about you doing decals?
It's well,
how did they feel when they saw your Demon Slayer car wrap on your
very
weird
weird. People came up to me and said, "Hey, is it okay if I take a picture of your car?" My parents were like, "Are they paying you?" And I'm like, "No, this is normal." Like, people are like asking me, trying to be respectful and stuff. So they were just not into it. And I think over time, I think they finally accepted it, and now they're starting to understand it. In the very beginning, they're like, "Why are you putting cartoons in your car? You're already old enough." I'm like, "I'm still a kid inside." There you go.
And you were a nurse before, right?
Yes.
So how did they feel about you instead of being a nurse? Like, I'm gonna open a shop and do decals and wrap cars and anime.
Well,
were they proud of you? They were like, yes.
No. They were very disappointed. I didn't get disowned, but they knew I had a lot of passion in it. They knew I was getting into it. I actually did signs in high school as a just side job. I didn't make money, and then I started liking doing signs, but I got tired of doing all the boring stuff, so I wanted to do more of the fun stuff, and that's when I had more interest in doing cars.
Okay.
And that's kind of all came together.
Nice. And blerdography, same question.
So as far as adding my nerdiness in my profession, everybody know what I do at my job. I get so many emails from HR about why are there so many blerdography windows open? I'm like, is TV not looking like TV right now?
You
but
tell them that?
Yes.
And they're okay with it?
They want TV to look like TV. All right then. So I think I'm doing a pretty good job. But like everybody who I work with know what I do. I ran into like 3 of my coworkers on my way here today, and I'm like, please stop. I don't want to see y'all until next week. But they all support my channel and what I do. They all like always asking me questions about the interviews and who I'm doing it with and what my plans are. My supervisor texted me at the beginning of my vacation to be like, hey, be safe at Dragon Con, don't get canceled. And
rolling with me, you might.
Maybe. And I'm looking forward to having all the text messages I'm going to get tomorrow when they see me in the parade, because they're at work, so they have to cut it up live. They're going to be like, oh, look at you. And I'm like, yeah, I do this every year. And I love that feeling of them being at work and I'm not.
That is so petty. And Joyce, it's your super late. So you have a good excuse. She was donating blood. She was saving lives.
Thank you.
Right.
I do what I can. O positive in the house.
Right.
Oh, that's the one we need. We need
She's
more.
the moderator.
Okay, so since we're all family here, I'm the moderator for this panel. And my name is Joy Stevens, and I am actually a corporate culture consultant. So I work with multiple industries across corporate America to help them figure out how to see the humanity in each other. My tagline for my company, which is New Heights Academic and Leadership Consulting, is I help one human see the humanity in another. And that's our most commonly what's missing when people get mistreated, disrespected, et cetera, is I just didn't see you as worthy as me. And so I started working with Dragon Con last year on the diversity track. And it was something similar to this. One of the people that was supposed to be moderating was like, I'm late. I'm stuck in traffic in Tennessee. Can anybody help? And I was like, I'll do it. And here we are next year. And not only am I on moderating panels, I got a press pass this year. But the way that I've melded nerdiness into my everyday work is I am authentic. You get me 100% of the time. Now, I do own my own business, so the CEO clearly don't care what I do because it's me. But I do workshops with Fortune 200s, gaming industry, tech industry, medical professionals, etc. And all of us, regardless of age, are into pop culture. And so my superpower is being able to take really rough subjects like police brutality, like microaggressions, like EEOC lawsuits, et cetera, that have happened throughout these industries and make it relate to them, because sometimes they can't understand why is this such a big deal, because it's not happening to them and empathy is missing. But if I relate something that is happening in their environment to heroes, right? Or remember this episode of, we talked before. I know that you watched Death Note. Remember this episode of Death Note when he was trying to figure out? And so I make those connections and correlations with a lot of different pop culture references. I've pulled out the Avengers. I've pulled out the scene between Tony Stark and Pepper Potts to talk about miscommunication in a corporate setting. And it lands well because my audience also is full of nerds, right? Because nerd stuff isn't much of a niche anymore. It's kind of gone mainstream. And so I'm able to do this. But the funny thing about specifically Dragon Con is a couple of years ago, I did my first ever cosplay as Rogue. And I had my little Rogue outfit on and a jacket to cover the parts that didn't fit. And I had put some white paint in my hair. And I happened to get a picture taken by the New York Times. So an article they were doing on the Black Geeks to Dragon Con. I'm my first time showing up. But that picture made it into the magazine. And I had corporate people contacting me saying, is this you? And I had a point of inflection at that point. I could say no, or I could tell the truth, because it's clearly me, right? So I leaned into, I was like, yes, that's me. And that's what I do when I'm not doing these things. And I got booked more, right? Behind people saying she's in touch. She's kind of cool and she's not afraid to be herself. Then some of the things that I would list as like titles in my workshops made more sense, So I always encourage people to be themselves and to show someone everything that you are, so that if they don't accept you, that's not where you're supposed to be. And if they do accept you, then you game on and you can do what you want to do without feeling like you have to hide a part of yourself. And as far as moderating today, I didn't know I was supposed to be up here. I did a search. So I used the app and I did a search for my name and this didn't come up. So I was like, I was going to come to support, but I was like, no, I'm gonna give blood. So I got a little time free. And then I get, where are you? I'm giving blood. What do you want from me? Me. Right. You sound like you were doing a good job before I walked in here. And so I think the biggest question has already been asked about how you blend this into your quote unquote day jobs, et cetera. But you didn't answer? Well, so now let me turn this on you, Lawyer Supreme.
Only reason I'm not going hard on her is because she's a K-pop singer.
Yes.
Right. So it's okay.
Stray kids everywhere, all around the world.
See, exactly, it stays. Okay. So as an attorney, when I first started, I was dressing the part. I had weave, I straightened my hair, did everything I thought I was supposed to do. And my mentor was like, this doesn't feel like you. It seems like you're not even comfortable. She was like, what's the real you? I was like, I'm like anime. And she was like, okay, maybe don't go that far. I was like, I don't know, what does that mean? She's like, you can't color your hair. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I wasn't gonna do it anyway. So moving on to 2022, I started my own law firm because I'm not really fitting in corporate because I'm just too big of a personality and I'm very not PC at all. And I was like, okay, I want to at least get a trial under my belt. Got into the YSL trial. That's not, okay. I did not know who Young Thug was. And so when they were like, yes, Young Thug, I was like, I don't know what that means. It'll probably only be like 6 months. It's probably a local rapper, whatever. 2 years later, I didn't know. So I got my trial. At first I started with the weave, and then I started doing braids with colors. And they were like, well, that's not professional. And so people started noticing me because they're like, why does she have pink hair? Why does she have green hair? Why does she have blue hair? Like I was always changing it. They didn't know what they were going to get next. There's a whole Discord about me and my hair. People were talking about it everywhere. So then when we finally got to opening statements, I went viral for mentioning bleach in my opening statement. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, she went way too far. So the legal community, some of them were like, I can't believe you did that. That was a professional. A lot of people cut me off because they're like, you're not taking this serious. I have somebody's life in my hands, but I'm not taking it serious. Okay. So what people don't know is on that jury pool, 3 people actually liked anime. Right. Initially, I thought it was just one person who liked anime, but when I started talking about bleach, people started leaning in like, oh, and they started paying attention. Oh, like that. So, so I did it for a reason, but people were just like, oh, she's just such a nerd, she wants to do that. No, there's a reason. You never know who you're going to connect with, especially in Fulton County and Atlanta. It's such a diverse pool. And as an attorney, I do have to stay up with, like, you know, pop culture and everything, because you never know what you're going to relate to a jury.
Okay, that's exactly what I was talking about, being able to relate to people on different levels. And the next question I want to ask everyone is, how have you been able to, so in addition to being a corporate culture consultant, my background is engineering, Georgia Tech, Spelman College, chemistry, chemical engineering, blah, blah, blah. And so I bring everything back to the first law of thermodynamics, which is energy can be neither created nor destroyed, only transferred. And so people sometimes don't understand when you talk about transferring energy, it's not necessarily cosmic. It's, I didn't eat this morning, so that's why I can't handle you and your attitude right now, because I don't have the energy for it, right? And so it takes a certain amount of energy to hide aspects of yourself. It takes a certain amount of energy to deal with people ridiculing things that maybe you care about and not saying anything about it. We call it covering at work, you know, wearing a mask, if you will. And so I want to ask you all, how do you allocate the energy that you need into this part of your life that drives you, while still maintaining, you know, the ability to deal with people, you know? And if you're not, how can we help you? Maybe we can get some help on this panel too. How you balancing it out?
I'm not. That's why I got canceled.
Okay, so what not to do? But okay.
No, so as I was getting canceled, I was like, okay, well, this is the worst anybody can say about me. So then I started doing a TikTok, the Supreme Attorney, is your favorite anime character going to jail? And so then I started it at AWA, Anime Week in Atlanta, and it was great. Everybody loved it. So I did it again at MomoCon, and I was like, okay, I think I like doing this. So my page is basically, because, okay, during YSL, a lot of things that happen legally were not supposed to happen. And so I was thinking, I'm an idiot. I must not know the law. So I was like, okay, how can I figure this out and have fun doing it? So, of course, I love watching anime. And I'd be like, oh, that would not be legal. That wouldn't be legal. Shout hookers, innocent.
What?
I said,
Stop.
just for you.
Don't derail this
Just for
panel.
you.
Don't derail this panel. Keep going.
Sorry. So, yeah, after that, everybody trolls me. I don't even care anymore because the bleach thing was the worst.
You know, anybody else?
I guess I'll take this. For some reason, over the last couple of weeks, a lot of people have been telling me when I'm at a convention like this, like MomoCon, I am a completely different person than when they meet me in real life. So to that, I say, I don't know. I think I just store up a certain amount of energy. And when I'm around a place I want to let out, because cons are therapy for me, especially Dragon Con, I'm in heaven. But when I'm back in the real world, I'm like, rent's due. I got to go to work. This video ain't done. I'm just a different person. So I just save it for when I know I got to be on, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Follow your energy for a con. No, same. That's how I track my year based on the cons that are coming up. And then I can go full geek mode.
And then basically for me at my job, you know, people they don't even address me by my last name. They call me, hey, what's up, White Ranger?
Okay.
You know we on the call. I know White Ranger. You know what? And then from that, it's kind of like I'm doing something right because my job acknowledges what I'm doing, so it's something positive.
Right.
And then now something always goes on. They always ask for, okay, well, Corporal Blerd, he dressed up as, you know, certain characters. We may need him. So every time something goes on in City Birmingham, they come out and reach out to me to be a character for a certain event.
Nice.
Okay.
They pay you.
Well, they pay me, but you know, it's regular.
Right.
It's not overtime.
Okay.
I just like to talk. I don't know. I will like guys. I just like to talk. So when I come to cons, I'm just a talking person. I was just at Anime NYC and I saw a group of like 3 Japanese people just like looking around. They're like looking for someone to talk to them. And I just wanted to like, hi guys, guys want to see my Sakamoto nails? And then after that, I was on Japanese TV. I didn't even know that, but I'm a talker. That's how my energy is just smiling and walking around. So most of the time when people see me, a lot of times when I'm not at a con, people are like, you have a resting bitch face. But in my mind, I'm smiling. But like I'm like cheesing. I'm like, oh my god, like life is so great. But then people are like, I was so scared to talk to you. You're so intimidating. Me? Like, you know what I mean? When that me? I'm not intimidating. So when I come to cons, I feel like I'm always on constantly because I know people are looking at me. So if you ever see me and I'm just like, so I'm genuinely thinking like I hope that I'm transferring that I'm smiling and laughing and having a good time because I really do feel that way. So that's how I keep my energy at cons. I'm myself. I'm always gonna be talking. If I see you standing there by yourself, maybe you look like you want to talk to somebody, or you don't look like you want to talk to somebody, I'll talk to you.
See, I'm an introvert, so
Yeah, all my friends are.
Oh, really?
They said I kidnapped them, and they said like.
Yeah.
I like scared them into being friends with me. I'm like, but you're obsessed with me.
Yeah.
With all my stuff. So.
Extroverts are the only way the introverts ever leave the house.
That's how all my friends leave the house. That's how Tiffany's here. That's how she left the house.
You brought her out here.
You better the introvert out. Everybody
Did you wanna
share.
answer? Yeah. You have the floor.
All right, so I guess it's my turn. So I sound pretty quiet right now, but I'm actually an extrovert.
Really?
Kind of. I talk more to Angie on a day-to-day basis. I know when she was going through her case, I actually met her at a pizza shop, and I was like, you need to get it together. And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, do whatever you want to do. If you enjoy it, just do it. She asked me if she wanted to dye her hair. I said, doesn't matter what color. If you want to do it, just go ahead and do it. And I kind of motivated her to do that, and then she also helps me motivate each other. But I have to deal with it every day because I have to deal with customers. But I just tell them exactly how it is. I don't have to sugarcoat it. And a lot of people don't like what they hear, but I just want to tell them the truth so that way there's no surprises or anything like that. So there's no like, oh, hey, this guy's going to be different. We go to a lot of anime shows and we also go to a lot of car shows. And it's always the same. I don't change. Some people say I'm different, some people say I'm not. But maybe I've changed a little bit over the years, but it's pretty much always the same. So, but we just try to motivate and help everybody out. There's days where people are going to have bad days and it's going to have some good days, but we just try to make the best of it and, just try to work together.
Yeah. So do you have more fun with the people that you have to do a sign for anime? Or Natasha Rat?
Yeah, they give me a lot of new ideas and
Yeah.
things like that.
We're the best.
Yeah, pretty much. But we do the boring stuff too, the boring box trucks and vans and restaurants. But I'm not really excited with that, so I kind of like been pushing those jobs away, even though I can do it. I get more excited when I do like car stuff, cars I've never seen before, or I'm honored to do a car that's like one of one, or an anime. And I was like, oh hey, even though I don't know into it, I actually look into it too, and then kind of do some studying. So that way, when we're talking, we're on the same page. Things like that. It just kind of really pushes me. It's more fun.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, just keep going. And then they just keep adding more things. And their other friends are like, hey, what are you doing? Like, we're doing this on this car. And they're like, well, can you do mine too? Like, sure, we can go ahead and do it. And it just keeps going and going. So every day is a different day, but we try to make the same pretty much. So.
Yeah. You did introduce me to the artist who designed my car. Because I didn't know what went into a Tasha's until he's like, well, what size? What do you mean? Like, what do you want? I was like, I don't know, a character. He was like, oh God.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know the procedure, or they just say how much and they just think like, oh, we're just gonna go ahead and magically pull up a
I love how you're talking about me right here in front of my face.
I mean, he might be.
So, but anyways, but it's everybody. They don't know. It's brand new.
Trying to fix it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're trying to figure things out, and obviously the people in California, they already have a lot of set prices and how it works, and that's why we always have like workshops to let other people know. We go to like Japan Fest, MomoCon, AWA, and other shows from out of state to educate people. And then now we're actually installing in front of people. So we actually kind of give them the decals, the wraps, so they can kind of get hands-on to see it's not that easy. to go on YouTube for like 15 minutes and graduate and say, I can do
I
it.
mean, it looks like it's easy. That
It
sounds
is
like.
really, really easy, right?
Just
After
take a
10
picture,
plus
right?
years.
But I-
But yeah, we try to engage people so that way when they really get into raps, they're like, oh wow, this is not easy, this is hard.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's where you're paying us to do it.
Exactly. That's why you're paying us to do it. I remember there was a video that went around virally maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and the song in the background was it costs as much because it takes me a lot of hours. It's not exactly how it went, but it's a PG-13 show. So one of the things that I've heard y'all talking about as we talk about, the day job versus what I love to do, or putting up with this to have the money to do that, so on and so forth. There's this idea, and professionalism. That's what I really want to get into since this is Blerd Professionals. The idea that a professional is a look and not a skill set. People say you look professional. Look, I have 3 degrees. Does it matter that I have a t-shirt on? Right? Is it that really the thing? Or are you obsessed or hyperfixated on a professional is supposed to look this way? Again, one of the workshops that I do, I have everybody Google the phrase CEO and pull up images. And what do you get? To understand how unconscious bias works, how somebody just looks like a CEO. Fun fact, only 14% of men in the United States are 6 feet and taller. Now, if you add in the 5'11s, that's probably another 20%. But only 14% of men are 6 feet and taller. But 60% of CEOs are 6 feet and taller, which means we tend to see tall people as inherently better equipped to be leaders because they're just tall. For men, it doesn't work that way for women because women are expected to be something different. The reason I bring all this up is the idea of professional. And I heard you mention about wanting to dye your hair different colors. I've heard people talk about wanting to, having to conform in the office. I can't wear this to work, or I worried about wearing my Don t-shirt to work because I didn't want people asking me questions and questioning my abilities, even though I've been there for 7 years. And so what I want to ask you all is, how do you push back on the, in my opinion, antiquated image of professional and still manage to maintain your credibility, so on and so forth?
I started my own law firm.
Well, yeah.
Because it wasn't working out. And so when I meet clients over like regular business casual, and after I meet them that one time, they're gonna see me in Indian Washa hoodie next time.
Mm-hmm.
Or a Daredevil like pull over something. So they're gonna know I'm a nerd. I'm like, you're stuck with me now, so no refunds.
No refunds.
So that's what I do. So
Man, with me, when I go in a roll call, every t-shirt they don't be professional. I got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I got a JoJo Bizarre. I come in a roll call, they look at me like, I was like, I'm gonna put this on over, like chill out. And then I got wristbands and everything that I wear, and knowing that they know who I am, they know I do a good job. I got, like I said, I just got promoted to corporal, so actually that's it itself. And yeah. And a take home car. But
Ooh.
but they say they know that I do my job, so they say they don't, they know what I'm aware. They say, well, we know Blerd a nerd. We know Blerd gonna come in and something. His t-shirt's gonna be outrageous every time. So some people actually come to roll calls like, I wonder what t-shirt you gonna have on today.
Yeah.
And then climb all the way down to my cell phone. I'm gonna play this ringtone, and this ringtone went off during a big important meeting in front of everybody, my chief, deputy chief, and they looked at me, it's like, yep, that's Blerd. That's him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna find this ringtone to play it real quick. And
my phone stays on silent. Must be nice.
big time.
While you're looking for it, and just let me know when you get it, but while you're looking for it, that's actually a big part of branding. When you talk about who are you, you may hear or go to other places where they talk about, your personal brand and what does that mean? And it's not just like your name and, what you do for a living. This is who you should expect to see. If I yell out, Nike, everybody knows just do it. If I yell out McDonald's, everybody knows the ice cream machine is broken. Like it's just on what it is, right?
Okay.
You got it?
Wendy's has hands.
Okay. So this is my ringtone. Yeah.
Very nice.
What did they say?
That was like, what is this? I was like, one of the greatest animes of all time. What's it mean? I was like, what is JoJo? So I actually stood up. I said, I'm gonna show you what JoJo is. So I
I love it. I love it. You got some requests. People want the code for that ringtone over there.
I got you. Find me after I got you.
Eunice.
My hair is always crazy. I usually I have pink hair. Like, come on, guys, I have pink hair. But people know me as a very professional person. I'm very customer service oriented. So my guests know me so well that they don't give a damn what my hair looks like. It's that I have had so many parents that will come to me like, I would never let my daughter have like pink or red hair, but because you and how you are, I let her have streaks. So I have a girl that comes to my restaurant a lot, and me and her are literally matching right now.
Nice.
Mom, we're literally matched. We're twins. It's actually kind of crazy. But her mom was like, when we come here, anytime you talk to my kids, you breathe life into my kids. They love you, and because I'm also, I went back to school. I'm gonna go away.
0 to 10. Not recommend.
No, I wouldn't be the same lawyer, but
Wow.
but because my hair is my self-expression, like I used to have really long nails, not today. Crazy, but I used to have really long nails, but people don't care about those things because they know me. When you see me, I am who I am, and when you see me, it's what you're gonna get forever. So when people look at me, they're like, at first some people are weirded out because they're like, she's gonna be good. And I start talking, I'm like, okay, yeah, she's good. We're great. So for me, professionalism, hair, nails, I don't care. As long as I'm doing my job, who cares?
Were you doing this since day one?
Yeah, I love colorful hair. Oh my God, but it took me a long time to get to here because I grew up Nigerian. I'm a Nigerian girl. And you know how African parents are when it comes to hair. If it's not black or color 1111 or 0B or whatever, you're crazy. So when my mom started seeing me, I used to do split hair first, where I'll do like black hair, and then red hair, and then my mom was like, okay, and then she's like, and then one day I just came fully blonde, and she was like, what the hell? But now she's like, cool, she loves it. And my mom saw this, and she was like, damn, girl, you look good. I'm like, I know I do.
Nice. Did you want to say anything?
Sure, I'll go ahead. For me, professionalism is a construct, like time, space, like something that man made up. It doesn't really exist. It's an idea, and I attack it head on, kicking and screaming every single time, because I'm the type of person, like you said, why do I have to spend all this money to look a certain way for you to accept that I can do a particular job instead of just having a conversation with me? I like to be comfortable. I can't wear certain things just and be in certain situations, because I work and what I do. I got to be comfortable, and if I'm comfortable, everything's gonna be good. I'm coming, I'm gonna do my job, I'm gonna work. But I don't understand why society has this notion that you have to look and act and be a certain way in order for us to deal with you in X, Y, and Z. Don't get me wrong. If a doctor came up to me in a nerd t-shirt or something, I'm gonna have some questions. But as long as you got a PhD in some med school, you got more credibility than I got. That's all I got to say about that.
You saw me show up?
Because you're not a doctor, so
Right.
no.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, but I know you though.
You're probably been in a car accident, you're about to be deported, or you're in jail. So you're already going through a stressful environment right now.
Like, I was like, yeah.
So would you feel comfortable seeing me just be like, hey, you're an attorney? Or would you be like, oh my God?
I would be excited, I won't lie. If I was facing so much horribleness, and my attorney came in like a Sailor Moon shirt, I'd be like, wow, the justice lady's here. Power prison that bitch. Like, let's get going. But that's because I love anime.
Right, exactly.
Now, my mom saw it, she'd be like, hey, Jesus.
We need to go get somebody else.
Yeah, she'd be literally looking like, please, anybody else, God, please. But me, I'll be excited, like, hey, life is good.
Right.
So-
So people can Google me, so I'm like, well, you know what you're getting.
So
I also am a lawyer, but I work for the federal government.
Ooh, I'm just kidding.
I know that's right.
blink 3 times if you
At the
need
end of the panel,
some
I'll
help.
show you the picture of my office with all my pops in my office. But I was like, I think the answer to that question is be excellent at your job, and then no one can say anything about you. So
Exactly.
like your thing, it's like your first meeting with them and then you say, here's my record, right?
Right.
Here's what I've done. So the next time they see you and you were wearing whatever, you've already proven yourself. So it doesn't matter. And then it's just, okay, then I'm just gonna be myself. So, you know, it's like I go to work and I've got my pop figures and all my coworkers bring their kids to my office. They think I like pop figures, you know, but they know me. I have like a BTS live picture on my laptop.
Oh, you're gonna be broke next year. See?
You know, there's actually a school of thought around like the advent of the Industrial Revolution and the type of personality that needed to be able to push that, and how some of that also lends itself towards squares and right angles and gray and black and some other things, and that became professional because they were the first ones to be in a profession, so to speak. So we can ruin all of that. But I saw your hand, and then I'm coming in. Yes.
Fancy. Thank you. Okay, so I'm 39. Okay. I originally was in the restaurant business, and you know, it's a whole wild west, the hot world. No matter, it's harassment, we've heard, it's great. But I'm transitioning into the corporate world, and I came to Atlanta, and it's like, okay, I'm the Georgia Game Developer Association, I'm the bank coordinator, all this stuff. I'm used to, it's a bunch of geeks, a bunch of people. But right now, I'm trying to get a paying job as just like a basic admin. Comedy's garbage, I'm talking about right now. But the question is, I guess, because it sounds like you guys were already in your spot, and then you said, okay, you already got me, so now, I mean,
No refunds.
I mean, yeah, no refund. I mean, unfortunately, you're gonna get canceled. But like, so is that? What are your thoughts on? Because I am so good at the first impression, but I feel like sometimes, like the other day, I like took my picture off of LinkedIn and made some generic like cartoony picture because it got to the point where it's like, I can't, it's been 4 months, I know the comedy's garbage, but also I need to have as much advantage as I can to find a job as possible in the corporate environment, so I don't want to be a pastry chef anymore. So with that, what are your thoughts on getting in, and also social media and the disadvantage of, okay, LinkedIn, we have a picture now, you know what I'm saying, and I have my natural hair, or I go to a Zoom interview, which is a lot less, what's the word? It's easier to be, impressionable and in person than it is on a Zoom interview.
Right.
So like, what are your thoughts about your initial steps getting in the corporate environment? And I will say, as a 39-year-old, things have changed a lot. It's been so much better now, but it's still a hot mess from what I've seen.
Unfortunately, as Black people in America, we are already at a disadvantage going into the corporate structure. And I know I'm the weird one for saying this, but you might have to conform to some degree, especially because of the Blackness and things like that, to just get in. And once you're in, do you?
Right. So
Like, should I do the thing? Like,
no.
I hate wigs.
Okay, wait, hang on.
Me too.
Yeah.
We gonna bust down.
Okay, you wanted to comment, I'm like,
If you walk, so when I first started my job, I had locks. You can hear me. But when I first started my job at the federal government, this was back in 2008, I had locks. And my grandmother said, you should take out you should relax your hair again. And I said, no, because if I walk in there and they don't want me to do my job with my resume and everything because of my hair, I don't want to work here. So that's a line you have to set for yourself. It's like, again, be excellent, and they can't say anything else. It's my hair. It's the hair growing out of my head. Why do I have to put all these chemicals in it just to do my job? That doesn't make sense.
what about like when you're talking?
I was literally going to say the same thing.
Why does JD?
Yeah, I don't have any, I have a whole lot of experience.
So, okay, wait, because we got other people. So find me after this panel, because I do resumes, interviewing skills, etc. as part of my brand. So step over there and we can talk this out. But don't change who you are. It's the same way, like if you're out on a date, don't show up with your representative pretending to be all these things that you're not, because you're not going to be able to keep it up. And ultimately, when they find out that that's not you, they're going to be mad too, and you wasted everybody's time. The same thing happens in any job, any profession you're trying to get. Be yourself, and the people that are interested in you will come to you. You know, no need to catfish on a corporate level, right? Yes.
So this question kind of a good question. For Blerd, what if they had like a Tony Chopper shirt on? They're like, I'm gonna save your life. If they got the hat on, the shirt on, would you trust them then? Like a doctor?
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
We have a clown in the White House. So if you have the credibility, I'm with it.
pile of garbage. How do you guys plan on navigating the next 4 years of this? Because all of this is gonna flow downstream. I mean, you see what they're doing with this national programs.
Well, with me, because, you know, he's trying to take, you know, he gave officers the immunity thing.
Yeah.
But with me, I've been an officer a good day coming in and coming out because my family brought me up of how to treat people right, how to talk to people. Because, you know, all of them did 26 years in law enforcement, and in 26 years, they did something. They did right by the people. So long as you do right, right will follow. You do wrong, wrong will follow. So with me, you know, I'm not going to conform from him. So if I had to do my job and he asked something, I'm gonna find ways to try to help you out. Because 9 times out of 10, when I make contact with people, I don't take them to jail. Because it's not really gonna do nothing. Now, if you need to go to jail, of course you gotta go to jail. But if it's something I can, as a person, because before I was a cop, God made me a person. He put something in my heart. So I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna need avenues. I'm finding resources to help you out in a way I can. Something that happened recently before I came here. Lady was out there at the gas station, homeless, 39 years old. She's pregnant. She was asking people for money, and because she said she was hungry. So luckily enough, it was a Popeye's chicken right behind me. So I said, you know, get in my car. She said, you taking me to jail? I said, no, I'm gonna go get some food. Right. So she walked inside, and people looked at me like, you can take her to jail. I said, I'm not. So what you doing with her? Walk up to the cashier. I said, get what you want. And she said, let's give me something cheap. And the guy looked at me, he's like, officer, I said, give her a whole meal. So I got her a whole meal. I said, you know, have a good day, and that's it. And that's the type of officer that I am. So it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter who's the administrator. I'm still gonna do my job. I'm gonna do my job. You can tell me to do my job, but believe me, I'm gonna find other avenues to help you out.
You know, and speaking specifically to that, my day job is diversity, equity, inclusion, corporate culture consultant. I'm busier this year than I was last year. Because in spite of all of the things from up on high, and I'm sure I'm on somebody's hit list from the government, but in spite of all that, people still need to understand how to work with each other. They still need to be able to retain. There's this idea that, you know, these kids today don't want to work until they realize these kids today ain't putting up with your nonsense.
Yes.
Right. And so recognizing that they have to change in order to have, you know, a workforce and not have to rotate or flip every 90 days or so, they got to figure out how to talk to people. And while I'm teaching you how to talk to someone who may have anxiety or someone who has told you that they have some form of neurodiversity, I'm also going to talk to you about how to deal with someone who's a different race or a different ethnic background or a first generation immigrant. I'm going to talk to you about all of that. And so the DEI part of it is still there, because ultimately diversity, equity, inclusion is all about making the meritocracy that this country's always lied about being. Right? Let's go ahead and do it for real. And so there's no shortage of people that want that. You just don't see it on the news. Mm-hmm.
And I also do immigration law. So a lot of my clients are terrified, and I feel horrible because I can't tell them, like, yeah, this is definitely going to happen. Like, I don't know. And immigration has always changed, like, all the time, but he's changing, it feels like every other day. And so, like, how much is this? Oh, it's free next week. It's $500. Mm-hmm. And I can't prepare them. So it's a lot. I feel so bad.
Mm-hmm. You know, one thing I want to make sure that I get to, right? One thing I want to make sure that this, you know, like this, like we all know, with great power comes great responsibility. So Dragon Con, the con itself, is committed to helping the community through raising funds and providing a dollar-for-dollar match of up to $125,000 to this year's charity, which is NAMI Georgia, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. And it's a cause that's near and dear to me, and I think a lot of people on the panel are in support of it. So we want people to know, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking about, that you are not alone, right? No matter how you've been affected by mental illness, whether personally or through a family member, whatever, please know that you are welcome here. NAMI Georgia's goals are to advocate at the county, state, and national levels for non-discriminatory access to quality healthcare, housing, education, and employment for people with mental illness. They want to educate the public about mental illness. They want to work to eliminate the stigma of mental illness. Y'all all need therapy, by the way, everybody. You go to the doctor, you get your teeth clean, go get a therapist. It's the same thing. And that they also offer support for individuals and families affected by mental illness. So we're asking for donations on behalf of the con We've got a QR code up here, so you feel free to come up here once the panel is over. And with that, we're coming up on time, so I want to just say to the rest of we have another question. Last question over here.
I feel like it's not even that important now, but
It's
always important.
Don't say that.
How do you kind of deal with that feeling that Black nerds tend to get when somebody is like surprised that you know something that you know? Because I remember when I was working a retail job where we're expected to like make small talk with the customers, and there was this woman named Brett, and I said, "Oh, it's like the character from The Sun Also Rises," and she was like, "Oh, I'm surprised you know that," and I'm like, "Why are you surprised that I know that?" Because was it because you thought I was younger than I was? I was already in my early 30s at the time. Or is it because of something else? So have you had moments like that? And how do you kind of like deal with it like on the inside or outside?
Yeah.
Or whatever?
Honestly, I have that happen to me so much. When people look at me, they do not believe that I watch anime. They don't believe that I read manga. They're like, "You're lying." And I'm like, "I'm lying?"
It's a weird thing to lie about.
Exactly right. I would lie about spending over $100,000 on anime. Yes. Oh yeah, I would definitely lie about that. So when people look at me, they're like, "We don't believe this." I am the known quiz buster. If you quiz me on anime, and you can quiz me on anything, I will school you and I will embarrass you, because I've had it happen to me at Barnes and Nobles. I was minding my business at a Barnes and Nobles, and yeah, a random man came up to me. He saw me just like enjoying life. He saw me smiling. He hated it, and he was like, "How is she smiling in the manga collection?" And he's like, "You don't really read this." And I was like, "Oh, do you really want to go with me?" That's fine. I think it was so funny because I was holding Naruto, huge Naruto fan, and he was like asking me all these questions. I was like, "Yeah, like I really hate when Obito did that too. Like, isn't that crazy?" He's like, "You just Google that." I was like, "How do I Google that with no phone?" Makes sense. But when people ask me those acts like that, I love making people feel stupid. I'm so confrontational, and I do not fear anything. And even if I have to bullshit it, I will. And I'll make you feel like, "Did that really happen?" Yes, it did. It probably did. But I'll pretend that it did. So like I said, if anyone ever questions you about being an anime fan or a manga fan or a nerd because of your skin tone, up them, honestly. And you're always gonna be better with something.
Okay, we got time. We got time for one last question. No, use the mic. Use the mic.
I'll do my best.
Thank you.
Hi. I wanted to build on what she asked earlier, not to put all my business out there, but I also work for the federal government. I started working for Robins Air Force Base in North Robins. Before that, I worked in insurance. Auto insurance, personal lines insurance, dental insurance, several different things. But my start was just working in a hotel. So I worked in a hotel. As I did that, I just kind of built on what I had. Once I got to the federal government, I realized that there was a need for a particular thing. And so I played the game for a very short period of time. I played the game, I talked to the people, I did the things I needed to do. And this is coming from someone who has always heard the, "Oh, you speak so well. Wow, I can't believe you know that word." Or for me to use something like the word altruistic and then say, "Ah, you know what that means?" And so that happened last week. But I say that to say that when someone sees the abilities that you have and you put yourself in spaces regardless of the fact that the door is shut, you create the key, you open the door, you walk through the door, and you do what you need. So now, and this is coming from someone who, again, I am neurospicy as they get. I have ADHD. I can barely remember where my shoes are half the time, but they know that I'm doing my job. And so I've gone from just working for the federal government and which is with a tech company, to now I'm one of the few Black autism advocates in my particular area.
Right. I think we're at time. Time flies when you're having fun. So just one last time, we'll just go down the line and tell everybody where they can find you if they want to continue some of these conversations with you. Just where can they find you on social media? Don't be giving out phone numbers. Just
So if you like anime manga, I am Black Girls Anime on Instagram and all that. But if you like spicy, like 18+ stuff. Black Girls Manga, that's where I post all my real stuff. So yeah, that's what y'all can find me.
What's up, everybody? It's Skip out of Blerd Over. You can find me on all social platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at Blerd Over. And you can catch more content. I do interviews as well and podcasts, so everything is Blerd Over. So yeah, and I'm gonna get ready to go over form. So
Nice.
Angela D. Williams, I'm on social media as the Supreme Attorney on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And I just do videos. Sometimes I do legal tips, and other times I do when I have my victories in court, because I love it. And what else? Do I do real things? Oh, and I do It's Your Favorite Anime Character Going to Jail. So I do little clips on that. Oh, yeah, it's on my shirt.
I'm Jay with Stick and Wrap. We have a shop in Lawrenceville, Georgia, or anywhere in Atlanta. You can follow us on all of our platforms, Instagram, TikTok. We do a lot of installations so people can actually see what we're actually doing. So you guys can just check out from there.
You can find me on social media at Joyride08. So spelled just like it sounds, Joyride08. And I'm also a member of the Moana Nui podcast family. So I have 2 different podcasts on there, What You Watching and History, which is a look at hidden facts in history. I also have my own YouTube channel called A Moment of Joy. If you like, so the life coaching and professional stuff is on the Moment of Joy, little snippets for helping you in your career.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mark. You can find me on Blerdography at all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that, Spotify. And I have some cards up here if you guys want.
Thank you for coming to the panel.
Excellent.
You want us to stand up?